Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. It's Andrade and Irwin back at it again. And today we're going to do another NBA AllStar Game/Weekend topic because, hey, we're in that phase of the NBA season. And, you know, it's getting brought up a lot when LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, arguably the top three players in the entire NBA, are vocally criticizing the NBA and Adam Silver for moving forward on having an All-Star Weekend this season.
Crazy, man. We're already at that time of the year already. Pretty much the All-Star is a midpoint, of the year when it comes to the NBA. But before we get into it, man, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the new subscribers that we have been going on. That is not something that we're going to ignore. We love that. Let's keep it going.
For real.
Let's keep growing this BTD community going on. And
one by one.
Yes, one by one. And before I forget, we're having a giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. Even most gentlemen. Yeah, 305 giveaway. That pretty much, once we get to 305, guess what? We're going to be giving away something. Most important thing is, if you want to be part of that giveaway, you got to be a subscriber.
Facts. Oh, and you got to follow 2 out of our 3 social medias. Either the Instagram, the Twitter, or the TikTok. And we keep it simple. All of them are at Ball Talk Deep. All together. No numbers, no spacing, none of that bullshit. We were able to figure it all out.
Yes, and last but not least, it's going to help you out with the giveaway. Tell us your favorite team. Bandwidth.
Oh, yeah. Comment it down below. And then eventually we'll do a video when we do cross that 305 where everybody will comment. And those are the people that will ultimately end up picking. And we're obviously going to verify if you're following the accounts and bullshit. Exactly.
All that good stuff, man. But let's get to the nitty gritty, man. All-Star Weekend, man. So a lot of players they're pretty upset, in the case that there's going to be an All-Star game. So the question I want to ask to y'all, but I'm going to start with Andrade, is should the NBA hold the NBA All-Star game or just cancel it because of the pandemic?
In 2021, I think the NBA should have an All-Star Weekend/game because first and foremost, the league has proven it can handle an event of this size to be safe after last year's bubble in Orlando. So that puts away the most important factor to the side, which is the safety of the players, the staff, and everyone involved with the event. And of course, there's the fans. This is a yearly tradition. Okay, and the NBA season wouldn't be the same without it. And then lastly, money, because everyone involved, including players, staff, advertisers, league, the city hosting it, and everyone in between benefits from it fiscally.
No, man, fuck that shit, man. Come on, man. If they really care about the safety per se, they would not hold this All-Star game. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Look, the NBA bubble, that's something completely different. You know why, Andrade? Because those games counted. The regular season. The playoffs counted.
The All-Star game don't count?
No, man. It's an exhibition game, man. And people don't even before the pandemic, there was already criticism that what can we do to spice things up? Because these guys don't play seriously when it comes to that thing. So you're wasting.
And they were spicing it up. It was starting to work out.
It was, but not enough, man. Especially at a time like this, with the very short NBA season. Don't you think the players are going to want, as much rest as possible? I'd much rather have a little bit of a break. If teams, are like the Miami Heat, for example, that got ravaged by both injuries and the coronavirus, they're going to want that thing as well. And other teams are going through that same thing as well. The Nets, KD, he's pretty much out for 2 weeks or a week because he got associated with somebody.
Yeah, and that was a whole weird kerfuffle.
That's going to benefit the league. You know why? It's a nice reset of the process. It's gonna get everybody healthy once again for the second half.
Oh, okay, for
and
the second half.
It'll be good. And look, man, the league's making enough money, man. I think they'll be fine for 1 year for not to happen.
Irwin.
And think about it. Last thing, there's not gonna be any fans. Who the fuck is gonna watch it?
There are gonna be fans.
Oh wow, 2,000 fans in an arena.
I think there's gonna be more than 2,000. I'm not
5,000.
Sure.
Wow.
Couple thousand. I know that much, but
come on, man. They don't need it.
Financially speaking, the NBA took a huge hit after that China bullshit that they went through last year.
That's on them. That's not because of coronavirus.
That is on them. And then I do have to side with Maury on that one because
They don't need it, man.
But it did give a financial. Well, it needs a strong word, bro. I mean, we don't need a lot of things in a first world country.
If the league wants to continue having a healthy relationship with the players, what I'm talking about, to be very clear, is the NBA Players Association and the owners. Don't you think there's something the players are going to hold against the owners when it comes to the bargaining agreement?
What? This?
Yeah, man. What
Not
the hell?
necessarily.
They're-
The bargaining agreement. Look, Adam Silver is already hailed, praised.
Yes, that's
by
nice.
everybody
But this,
as the player commissioner.
he is. That's nice.
Okay?
But this is not
There's
something.
times where you have to, put your foot down, and
You don't need the All-Star game.
needs a strong word, but you would want it. And if you can execute it, and I already put
I
forward,
think it's a waste of time.
They could it's not a waste of
It's a
time.
waste
All right,
of
let's get
time.
into the numbers.
It's a waste
get
of
into the
time,
numbers.
Andrade. There's no fans there, man.
Who cares? Last year's, all right. I think you keep focusing on the fans.
No
Let's look at
fans.
the finances.
Okay, you want to know something else? There's gonna be a limited skills competition. There's not gonna be no dunk contest. And there's gonna be no 3-point shooting. It's
That's
gonna be.
not true. The rumors are that they're all trying to do all those
Let's
events.
say there is not
What?
the 3-point contest and the dunk contest.
All right, so this is what. Listen up.
It'd be a
These are the
half-assed
numbers. Last year's All-Star game. Guess how much revenue it generated?
A billion.
Just the All-Star game.
a billion.
Oh, come on, man. Be
Not that
realistic.
much?
You
Okay,
know.
fine. Okay.
What do you mean that much?
Okay.
That was a serious number?
Okay. Oh no, shit. How
This
much?
man knows nothing about money. What the fuck?
apparently
A
not. How-
billion, Irwin.
How
A
much?
billion. Like, how many companies in general revenue even close to a billion in revenue? All right, last year's All-Star game generated about 15 million. Just the game. And in total, the weekend was estimated about 24 million.
Okay. Oh, not
Now,
a billion. Okay.
let's go back to... All right, do you understand millions is a lot of money?
Of course, yes.
All right.
Obviously, I would like to have a couple.
Now, let's not forget the city involved. The whole city. In 2017, LSU, Louisiana State University, Economics and Policy Research Group, estimated that the All-Star Game brought $45 million in spending to Louisiana in mid-February. And then on top of that, so that just goes to show that when it comes to financial benefit, it's not just the league that benefits. It's the city and a lot of people involved in between that benefit, whether small merchants, small businesses, everyone in between.
That's pre-pandemic, though.
And then,
Don't you
okay,
think the
obviously,
pandemic's gonna affect that?
okay, but that's not the point. The point isn't that they're going to reach those same numbers. The point is that that money is coming in regardless. You get what I mean?
I see your
Obviously,
point.
it's not going to be as close, but guess what? And if you were a small business or just any business and you were in Atlanta, Irwin, or any whole city, you wouldn't want that?
Yes, that's good. But I say for the product overall, the league wants to make money, right? I think it'll be better if you take a week off, week and a half off, let everybody take a break. Everybody that has, tested positive, for Corona, and reset, and more importantly, get the second half going.
All right,
of the
look,
NBA season.
if you want to talk about that, the NBA audience is twice as likely to engage with All-Star game ads than ads that they've seen in most any other NBA game, including the playoffs.
I get you.
That's not a short. That's huge. That's huge. And for the NBA players, this is one of the best times for them to grow their brands. And a lot of those NBA players, guess what? They're not going to be in the postseason. They're not going to be in the playoffs. They're not going to be in the finals, which is the most watched part.
All right.
And then on top of that, this year the NBA has stated that they want to use the game in Atlanta to help historically black colleges and universities with COVID relief
That's
and
good.
vaccine education.
Okay, that's
so
good.
there's an HBCU benefit that the league is attaching to this year's All-Star game. Google it so you guys can make sure.
I do like that.
So that is a huge thing, and I bet you were unaware of that.
I was slightly aware about that. The HBC thing, I didn't know about that.
And you still want to cast the game?
Look,
That's
I'm
a
not-
huge benefit
Yes,
for.
that's nice, but they could do the same thing for the playoffs.
Okay, but they can do it for both. Because last year they did do it for the playoffs, where I don't know about HBCU specifically,
Right.
but for a lot of cultural, social movements. And then the NBA game, the All-Star game, has been played every year since 1951. It's just like last year. It's like imagine not having a playoffs or a finals.
Okay, but Andrade, that's different. That's the
this is
playoffs.
NBA tradition.
That's the
I understand
playoffs.
that, but
Traditions,
it's still part of NBA
traditions is cute and all, bro, but that game does not count.
But if you can, it counts.
No, it's an exhibition game. What do you get out of that, huh?
How many NBA historic moments have happened during All-Star Weekend and during All-Star games?
Does it go into the regular season standing? Does that affect the playoffs? The playoff format? Yes or no?
No. But
Okay.
does it affect their legacies? Does it provide memorable moments? Is it a part of NBA history, especially when it's historic?
It makes a small dent to it, but more
Oh,
importantly, it's the playoffs. That's the most important thing.
That is the most important thing. But when you can execute it, and that's why I brought up the Orlando bubble, and that's the key. That to me is the most important factor. They've proven it that it can be safe, that they can pull it off, And unlike Orlando, the NBA Orlando was a bigger event that lasted for longer than it, and it was set up with shorter notice. You feel me?
Yeah.
The All-Star Weekend is only a few days, with way less players and overall staff involved, and the league has been aware that it has had to set up for an All-Star event during a pandemic months ahead, as opposed to what they were designing with the bubble on a whim. So I have the utmost confidence that Adam Silver and company are going to execute this almost flawlessly, if not flawlessly. And they'll look out for LeBron, Kawhi, Durant, all the stars, all the lesser known NBA players, all the staff, all the, not just staff for the NBA, but staff in the stadium, staff involved, businesses around, anyone involved with this event. And I think the NBA has more than proven itself to be able to look out for a lot of other people as opposed to a lot of other major leagues. You know what I mean? For me personally, maybe as an NBA fan, it could be slight biasy, but I think the NBA is one of the less selfish major leagues, at least the way they come off. You know what I mean?
I'll give you that.
So, like, yeah, and I understand the rest. I understand like how all these other players are going, but that's why, like you said, it's an exhibition game. They don't have to play to their top. And guess what? It gives a lot of, now the All-Star game will give a lot of the lesser known star players, or the ones that want to, you know, take, like, steal the spotlight or take advantage of the spotlight, a moment to, like, all right, now you can have your ball out game, because maybe you won't have that opportunity in the playoffs.
Hey, man, of course. I agree. Hey, we'll see what happens. We'd love to hear your guys'
It'll
opinions.
be very interesting to see what happens, yo.
What you guys think. Either way.
If LeBron James and Adam Silver got into a fight, who would win? Comment below.
Adam Silver, duh. But anyways.
Yeah, he probably hired some crazy guys, man. Who knows how connected that man is.
Yes, sir. Hey, we appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know, guys. You can catch us on Insta, Twitter, TikTok, Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. Catch you guys soon, but for now,
Take
later.
care.